sideboards for each player, but an Ozmun company between the two teammates, actually.
Okay, and we got some Archangel of Thunes going on. It looks like they have one copy of the Spike Feeder, so not going overboard on that combo, but they do have the Malira combo heavily in their deck.
This is interesting. Introducing you, though, the Disciples of Bolas team, Emma Handy, Dalton Ozmun, Ali Antrazi. We saw Robert Wright last round on camera win at 3-0. He's also been teaming with them.
Yeah, the team has some really great players on it.
This is game 3 between the two, so we'll be underway. Dalton starting on a Horizon Canopy. For Emma, she has a turn 1 Birds of Paradise.
I think that this is the kind of mirror match where, as an observer, as somebody that doesn't really play this kind of decks, it's easy to think that one player is going to outdraw the other, and the combo elements will definitely make that more pronounced. But there's a lot of small edges you can get in trading these small creatures and getting ahead and fighting Gavany Township wars and finding the best way to capitalize on that kind of interaction.
For Emma, no second land, but she has a trio of Birds of Paradise. It was the Anafenza Kintree Spirit for Dalton. Now, what Emma has to watch out for is Dalton could have something like Orzhov Pontiff here, which would just be backbreaking.
Yeah, there's nothing like lightning bolts or dismembers to just stone raid the birds, as it were, but Pontiff would just clean them all up in one fell swing.
What he does do is he has Kitchen Finks, bolsters onto the Kintree Spirit, and swings in for 3, putting Emma down to 17.
Yeah, what Emma really wants to do is just start casting Collected Company every turn. That's what she's going to be hoping to set up this turn.
See, Emma actually has her copy of Orzhov Pontiff in hand. Now, that's not going to be as relevant on her side of the board. But drew a land this turn and also has a copy of Collected Company that she shuffled to the front.
Yeah, I saw there was a Court of Calling and a Collected Company. I think we want to set it up to Company first, get more bodies in play, have more options for the Court, and also better information over what we want to do with it.
And it looks like it may have been a miss for Emma. She'll get a copy of Kitchen Finks, but that's it. She went by 4 lands and an Archangel of Thune all onto the bottom of the deck.
Yeah, this is a very rough start.
Now Overgrown Tomb and just a pass.
Still has access to the Court, though. So what she's looking for is either Anafenza Kintree Spirit or Malira, and then the Viscera Seer to just gain infinite life with the Finks. Of course,
she's got to be careful. Dalton's one Viscera Seer from gaining infinite life himself.
Dalton is much closer, and then the Viscera Seer would scry him into the Murderous Redcap and then just kill her from whatever life total.
Those of you aren't aware of the combo, Kitchen Finks, when it dies, persists back as a 2-1. Anafenza Kintree Spirit will let him bolster onto the 2-1, and then it would become a 3-2 again, and he can repeat that. Play here is Murderous Redcap from Dalton. It'll shoot down Kitchen Finks.
Yeah, now Dalton has the infinite life online as well as the ability to kill Emma. Just needs that sacrifice outlet. Looks like there's a little bit of confusion about the fact that one Kitchen Finks is going to have a -1/-1 counter and the other Kitchen Finks is going to have a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah, you see Emma moving her counter over to the side to show that it's a minus counter. Swing from Dalton, that's a swing for 7. Emma down to 14. So we'll pass back to her. Now a sacrifice outlet from Dalton is lethal, thanks to that red cap.
Right, and now Emma is even further from her own combo. The Kitchen Finks will not be able to persist back due to that -1/-1 counter.
She'll try for another Collected Company. It looks like she may have missed again. Just Scavenging Ooze, 5 lands in that one.
And, you know, this is the variance inherent in putting a card like Collected Company in your deck.
Now of note, Scavenging Ooze, plus that Birds of Paradise she has up, has taken away Dalton's ability to combo.
Right. Persist triggers from the graveyard. If you exile a card with Persist with a trigger on the stack to return to the battlefield, it will not return. So that is actually pretty big.
It's big. It's good. Scavenging Ooze at the same time can take over a game here. So Emma doing a good job of treading water, I guess I would say here. You know.
Okay, so this Tidal Sculler is actually pretty big. I was going to say that one thing Emma still has going for her is access to that Court of Calling in hand. Now this Tidal Sculler will, you know, pick that apart.
Tidal Sculler shows Malira, Court of Calling, Eternal Witness, and Orzhov Pontiff.
So there's arguments for both the Cord and the Eternal Witness. The Eternal Witness is going to get back Collected Company. That finds 2 bodies, so the Cord gives Emma her pick at whichever one she wants the most.
Well, the way Emma's been casting Collected Companies, you feel like he should take the Cord, but it's
Yeah.
It depends on if he thinks he's more. Maybe if she's 1 card away from the combo, he needs to take the Cord. If she needs just more than 1 card, then he needs to get rid of the company.
Yeah, though I have to imagine that the next Collected Company is going to find something good, right? You can't just go 18 cards deep.
That's a gambler's fallacy, right?
That's not fully true.
If she hasn't shuffled, then you're right.
The odds actually change.
If she has to crack a fetch land to make the play, then they don't.
Right. She won't have to because she has 5 mana in play. But if she draws a fetch land and just shuffles for no reason,
she has to witness it first. She has to witness back the Collected Company.
That's true.
There's a lot of room for shuffles to happen.
If she witnesses back the company, then the fetch land has to find 2 lands for the company to be cast that turn.
It's unlikely, but
I would not recommend trying to find 2 lands with your fetch land.
Dalton's going to swing in here with 3 creatures, all of them having been bolstered. He did play also a Gavany Township this turn. So regardless of what line we look at, this is a lot of damage, and Emma's going to have to do this fast.
Yeah, Dalton is advancing his board the old-fashioned way. We see sometimes Gavany Township just takes over games.
Using the attack step.
Murderous Redcap doesn't look like it can attack for much, but it's a 3/3 now, and it's only going to get bigger every turn.
Yeah, keep in mind those counters on the Kitchen Finks and Murderous Redcap are both +1/+1 counters.
Right. They have not persisted.
So it looks like she will put her own 2/1 Kitchen Finks in front of Dalton's 4/3. She will take 6, go down to 8. Then pass the turn. Post-combat Dalton just going to keep the pressure on with another Kitchen Finks.
With Emma down to 8, she's going to have to start chump blocking with her only mana sources to stay alive. She just has the Forest and the Overgrown Tomb. She's going to have to choose between blocking and staying alive from 8 or being able to generate mana. That is surely a recipe for losing the game.
And what draw can she get? Looks like it's a land. At this point, she's just needs to hang on long enough to draw into the combo.
Right. There's no way she's coming back in just a fair battle on the board.
So Dalton has 5 creatures in play. They'll all be 3 power. Emma will need to leave back 3 blockers to beat the board.
Not looking good. Looks like it's a shock land as well.
And that's not free here. If she goes down to 7, then she needs to leave back 4 blockers.
Which doesn't really enable her to cast too many spells.
So I think she's going to play Malira and Eternal Witness. Now, Eternal Witness will get back Collected Company, but I think, and she has 3 blockers back. If she chumps away, she'll have to chump away her whole board here, which I don't know if she can win if she does that.
Right. She'd be untapping with 6 mana sources, the Collected Company.
And that's it.
If she draws either Anafenza or Malira and cords
into the other 2
companies into the rest of the combo.
Yeah, she could draw Viscera Seer Company into the other 2 parts of it.
That's basically what she's looking at.
But it's an out, and I think she's found it.
Right. Seems better than blocking with Birds of Paradise.
At that point, you can't win.
Right.
It's tougher that she has to chump block away this Malira. That's the part that makes it really difficult.
Right. Giving away part of your combo and then having to dig for the exact same thing.
So here's a swing from Dalton. Emma's at 9. Remember, he has a Township in play, so all these, she has to block 3. And she'll block the 3 biggest. What I do like here is that she's made a block so that she will get her Court of Calling back.
Yeah, the Scavenging Ooze on the Sculler here is very good. So
this means if she companies into both the non-Viscera Seer parts of her combo.
Yeah, she has exactly enough mana to cord for the Seer.
Yep.
And we've seen her miss plenty, so there's presumably some creatures on the top of the deck.
Collected Company gives and takes away. See her rub their hands together. I really like, despite being behind on mana, we talk about these really far-flung outs, but Emma's done a great job of playing to each of them at each point.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was talking about. It looks like Dalton has clearly drawn better in this game, but Emma is finding lines that are giving her the best odds to still win it.
She's going to start with a Collected Company. This is where it all... This is the part that matters.
Right. Kitchen Finks, Malira, or Anafenza. That's what we need here.
Land, 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 Collected Company.
I was wrong. She actually...
You told me.
She actually doesn't ever have to find any creatures ever. Collected Company is probably like the worst card ever printed.
Had she found that... So to put it in perspective, had she found a Malira along with that Finks, she would have won the game.
She would have gone to infinite life.
Like, okay, you're right. That's not winning.
Right. She would force Dalton to go off with Murderous Redcap.
Which I guess is actually very possible. Because
Right.
you can't go to infinite life. You go to arbitrarily large life. But then if he has an infinite damage combo, he can shoot her down from whatever number she picks.
Right. So again, you're the math guy. So I don't know the odds of only finding one creature on 3 consecutive Collected Companies. Low is where I was going to go.
I mean, it's going to be, if all your companies only find one creature, it's going to be hard to win.